So the neighbors next door, I got one on each side of me, but the one that's like facing my door is to the left. Are the ones that stay up all night and they doing drugs and hacking my stuff. So, but okay, so back to what I was saying. Um, and remember the serenity prayer. God grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sometimes you got to sit back, relax, be quiet, and whatever pit or whatever um, trick the demons or the devil tried to use on you, if you sit back and watch long enough, you'll see who's been used for what reasons. Because people get sloppy. The evil is always sloppy, makes mistakes. Um, and ego is very, very egotistical, jealous, envious. What is the word? Um, Prideful. Yeah. So with all those traits, you get caught slipping. You know. So it is what it is. But and as you guys already know, tell everything that happens to me because I have no shame. I'm not ashamed of doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? If nobody wants you to know what you're doing, should not be doing it to me because everybody's gonna find out. Period. Especially the police. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Um, and let's see what else. Um, and people talk real loud so you can hear everything that they're saying, especially when they're high. Or been drinking, you know. That's why people need to stay sober. Whatever problem you got, take it to God, you know. Even if you don't, um, it's not good to doubt, but if you do doubt, ask God specific questions to show you a sign or something, you know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing he can't do. There's nothing you can't do with him, you know what I'm saying? Um, Oh, and then somebody vandalized outside of my door. I guess trying to make me scared or intimidate me or something like that. As much people as be following me around, people should know by now. None of that works. I don't scare. I don't get intimidated. I don't. Um, I'm spiritually confident. Let's put it like that. I trust God with everything. He's sovereign. So, regardless what any human being can ever do, it's not compared to what God can do. Point blank. Period. It's him that I fear. But it's like I fear him, but like just like the deacon said, it's fearless fear. It's like I fear God, but as long as I'm doing right by God, I don't have anything to be afraid of. But I fear him because if I make a mistake, then don't want to do nothing bad just to, you know what I'm saying, get on God's bad side, or for him to, you know, allow something to happen to punish me. Don't want to do that, you know what I'm saying? So the way I live my life and the way I am is a lot different than a lot of people. Not that I'm easy, hard to love or anything like that. It's just that, and I don't have anything to prove to mankind, just to God, but He already approved me. But as long as I'm alive, well, regardless, alive, gone, it don't matter where I'm at. Still going to be doing the same thing, and still want to be feeling the same way that I feel now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, God is always going to come first before even my child. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. God is always going to be first. He's always been first, always going to be first. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Point blank, period. That will not change for nothing in the world. I haven't had a conversation about my son with that, and was letting him know, make sure you don't love me more than you love God. You know what I'm saying? Because I want my baby to go to heaven. You know, I want him to always put God first, because I'm not promised to be in his life forever. God is. He's promised to be in all of our lives forever. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I acknowledge that fact, and try to tell other people about the same thing, because people can come and go. It don't matter. When they coming, God is still there. When they going, God is still there. You know what I'm saying? When they gone for good, God is still there. When you're gone, God is still there. So just saying, He's a sovereign God. Um, what else? Well, I don't know what else to say, but I hope everybody's staying prayed up. Excuse me. Reading your Bible, um, praising, worshiping, fellowshipping, and having a close personal relationship with the Most High. Those are very, very important things. If you can't do all of them, try anyway. If you feel like you can't be consistent with it, then make a plan. You got these Bible apps that you can get on the Uverse, Youverse. I think that is such a beautiful app, and it really like teaches you so much stuff. And we can never learn enough, and the reason why is because we're not going to remember every single thing. You know what I'm saying? You can have a photographic memory, but you're not going to remember every single thing. You know what I'm saying? So listening wise, seeing wise, hearing wise, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to remember every little thing. Even you can file stuff back in your head and it'll come back to you, but you're still not at every moment going to be able to remember every little thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to go over things. I don't like people repeating themselves, but anything to do with God is worth being repeated. That's the only time it does not get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just wish the best for people. So check out that Uverse app. It's a Bible app. You can has different plans, motivational, inspirational. It has different people um, telling their stories and in with related biblical. Um, what's the word? Their life and biblical merged together, as I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's all learning. So I'm talking about they got stuff for anxiety, just like they got spiritual scriptures for all these different things, these ailments in our body, the things that we go through mentally, um, everything to live by, to survive by, all the way down to the food, what to eat, what not to eat, the medicine, the everything, that's a blueprint. And it teaches you all those things. And so therefore people have sent in their information, who they are, what they went through, and then how the Bible reflects on their life. Because, like I said before, everything in the Bible, everything has been repeated, repeated, and repeated, and repeated. Just haven't been here long enough to see it being repeated. You know what I'm saying? So reading the Bible, you can read about it, but if you listen to other people's stories that are like 50 years older than you and stuff like that, they can tell you stuff that has already happened in their lifetime that happened previously in the Bible as well. This is generations and generations and generations. You know what I'm saying? So men have no original thought about anything. And matter of fact, racism shouldn't even be a thing because everybody's mixed up with something. Ain't nobody we could be predominantly something, but you're not completely just one race. You know what I'm saying? Now there's no such thing. There's for the simple fact that how everybody is breeding, married, and you know what I'm saying, taking on, and even if you don't get married, you're having kids, but you know what I'm saying. So everybody is mixed up with something, just like they say, what is that mental thing, bipolar. When bipolar come out, okay, you got multiple mental illnesses, well then most of the world is bipolar. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, um, because nobody's perfect. I don't care who you are, how much money you have. Everybody's going through something at some point in time in their life, and once you get over something, and then something else comes for other reasons. You don't know. You don't know when. You don't know how until it happens. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when it's going to go away or stop until it happens. You know what I'm saying? So something is something until it's not. Something is something until it is. You feel what I'm saying? So, and it is what it is. But it really helps. And they got a lot of different plans you can pick from. And then they got the Bible app also has this where you can do the study plans for a certain amount of days too. So, and it's a daily thing, and you can set it up on your email for them to give you reminders for your messages every day. And it's really cool. Some part of it you can listen to without just reading it. Some parts you can only read, but it's all worth it, very much so. And especially if you don't read the Bible, and you can actually hear them read it to you. No, and I think that's cool too. Um, but they got it so you can listen and read along as well. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what else? Um, so be yourself. Don't try to be like everybody else. Be genuine. Be authentic. Be who Most High created you to be. Like I said, we got choices. Try to make good choices, better choices. Um, and I know they say when you make plans, you make God laugh. But these biblical plans is like a study, um, like a study guide, kind of, you can say. And it's knowledge, it's wisdom, it's reality. And everything is relatable at some point in your life or some point in someone else's. And hey, you can even share it with family and friends, with anybody. So that's another good thing about it, and I like that. And yeah, my friend, um he's a police commander here, and he sends me stuff. So, and I'm so grateful to God that he does that, because it's like God is working through him, because there's sometimes that I could be going through stuff and then just thinking about stuff, and then boop, he sends something and it's exactly what I need to hear, you know. So yeah, but I appreciate that too. But okay, so I'm going to let you guys go and ponder what I said. Come up with your plan. It's called YOUBERSE, verse. So it's about you, and finding verses. There's verses in the Bible that relates to every single one of us on this earth, you know. So um, I don't care who you is. There's like even people, the books of the Bible. There's people that are like people in the books of the Bible, because they done been through a lot of the stuff, or some of the stuff that's like everybody can relate to somebody in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's so cool and interesting when you meet people who's been through a whole lot of stuff. And so it's like, oh yeah, you like this person and this person and this person and this person and this person, you know what I'm saying? Those kind of things, it helps you, because to either avoid, teaches you how to avoid them types of situations, or teach you how to deal with them when as it comes, you know what I'm saying? Um, So it's, it's what you learn, but it's also what you use with what you learn. You know what I'm saying? And some things, just because you're not going through it now, you don't know if you'll ever go through it at all. But just in case, wouldn't it be better to be prepared? You know what I'm saying, for something on the safe side, just to be prepared, so that way when it happens, it doesn't have to be as bad or as hard or scary or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Intimidating or any of that. So um, just being prepared ahead of time is always a good thing. Um, and stay humble. Okay, so I'm gonna get off here, and I have to go to work in the morning, and I'm really tired too. So I'm about to get off here, and I pray that you guys have a blessed day, and share what you learn. Peace.